Good morning, Downtown STEM Academy. My name is Pranav Mehndiratta.
And my name is Ryan Hires. Welcome to another episode of STEM TV Quarantine Edition, Season 3.
Before we start the episode, we would like you to know that STEM TV is looking for new segments to air on this season of STEM TV Quarantine Edition. If you have any ideas or talents that you want to share, please click the link in the description below for more information and submission details.
To start this episode, we have STEM Happenings hosted by Aparna. She is back again with another club interview. Let's hand it over to her now.
Hello, Downtown STEM Academy, and welcome back to STEM Happenings. This is your host, Aparna Vagvala, and joining us on the show this week is the Black Student Union, or BSU. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Let's get started then. Could you tell us a little bit about what the BSU is?
So I can answer that. Well, the reason BSU was started was because we felt like Black students at STEM were somewhat underrepresented. So we just wanted a place where Black students' voices can be heard and that they can be empowered.
So when does the BSU meet and who can attend your meetings?
Yeah, absolutely. So BSU meets just like almost all C-Day clubs. So on C-Days during the 12-day schedule, during advisory. And although we are a Black Student Union, it's really open to everyone. We have members from all different backgrounds.
So what are some events or activities that you guys have planned in the past or planning to do in the future that you want the students watching this interview to know about?
We have planned the Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service. We have planned some infographics and making presentations for Black History Month to highlight Black voices and Black experiences. And then we've also, our upcoming advisory, we plan on doing a collaboration with SAS to do an environmental racism talk.
Oh, wow, you guys have a lot planned. You guys have been doing a lot lately.
Absolutely.
So now I'd like to ask a few questions about your personal experiences. So what made you want to be a part of STEM's BSU?
I can take that first. I think first starting recognizing that there was a Black Student Union at both West and East 3 years ago, and seeing the need for one at STEM. So that really just really made me want to not only join but start the club, because I just think it's so important to kind of like, foster not only conversation but community at your school. But that's probably a big reason.
For me, a lot of it was just being able to connect with people that look like me and have had similar experiences as me. Being at STEM, like I said, there's a very there's not as many Black students, so just being able to connect with those people is really important for me.
Yeah, similarly to Jalen and Mateo, seeing other Black kids like being who they want to be and just seeing all the different types of people and how Blackness is expressed at STEM. And it's really awesome to be able to see that all in like one group meeting.
Thanks very much for sharing that, guys. So throughout the 3 years that the BSU has been a student-run club at STEM, what have been your favorite memories?
I can start. So my favorite memory was definitely, I think it was from me and Mateo's sophomore year. We had our advisor, Mr. Taylor, and we just had a nice conversation, and it was really open, just about how it feels to kind of be a Black person in America, not even just in STEM, just like in the country in general. So that was really awesome, and it was a great experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably to tag on to that, I can probably talk to two different occasions. I think last year or 2 years ago, I think our first year we had a viewing or watch party in the NOCO, of course, in person before the pandemic. And the school provided pizza, and it was just a great experience. We had 40 kids from West, walked the short walk to STEM, and they enjoyed the movie too. So it was just an awesome experience, just, watching Black history and seeing others appreciate it as well. And then probably the second occasion was we did a diversity book drive. And with some of the books we collected, we went to the Bradford Heights Elementary School, I think, and we read to the students who were in first and second grade. And, just seeing their faces light up to see, Black students from STEM, take time out of their day to read to them. It was just such an awesome experience. And, they were so happy.
Definitely. If I had a second favorite memory, that was definitely it. That was such a good time.
So, what is one thing that you guys have learned by being part of the BSU?
One thing I've learned is that there is the opportunity for progression to happen, and there's the opportunity for a commonality between all different types of people, whether that be by race, by political opinion, social opinion. I think that seeing the progress has been one thing that I learned is possible at STEM.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. It's definitely awesome to see where we have come as a nation in terms of race, but we still have a long way to go. And that's one thing I've definitely learned from being in BSU.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of just like the historical part of the club where we learn a lot of Black history that we learn some, of course, in our curriculum at STEM, however, not enough. So learning more Black history has really just, obviously opened my eyes to a different perspective, and really just makes me want to kind of do the work and do the work together with BSU members to kind of look for a brighter future that's more inclusive.
So we're starting to near the end of the interview, but before we go, real quick, is there anything else that you want STEM students to know about your club?
Probably, if I'll answer that first, that it's inclusive towards anyone. A lot of the meetings, we learn a lot about Black history and, really how our past affects our future. We foster different conversations. There is an activism piece to it. So really just, don't be afraid to go. During C Day, every C Day during advisory. And it's just an awesome experience. You don't have to be a longtime member. You can just pop in and just enjoy the meeting. So that's an awesome experience.
All right, so that's all we have for today. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today. I had a great time learning about the BSU and the amazing things that you guys have been doing.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
As always, I'll be back soon with another interview next week. But until then, have a great day, STEM Academy.
Thank you, Aparna, for that wonderful interview. If you would like to have your club featured on a future segment of STEM TV, please check the description below.
Next up, we have STEM Sports. Mitchell is back again to provide all the sports updates you may need for the Super Bowl.
Welcome back to another week of STEM Sports. I'm your host, Mitchell Winegar. And today we're going to be talking about how the Eagles superstar Carson Wentz seems to be taking his talent out of Philadelphia. It was rumored that it came out today from Adam Schefter that Carson Wentz will be on the move sometime after the Super Bowl next week. Now, he can right now, is going to the Colts or the Bears. I believe the Bears will possibly trade 2 first-round picks and possibly a quarterback on their roster, most likely Nick Foles, to the Eagles for Carson Wentz. For the Indianapolis Colts, they'll most likely trade their first-round pick and maybe a second-round pick and eat some of that caps from Carson Wentz's contract. Well, this has been your weekly update from STEM Sports. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for those sports updates. I hope you all have fun watching the Super Bowl.
As you may know, February is Black History Month, and STEM TV has partnered with STEM BSU to bring you facts about important Black historical figures every week during the month of February.
This week, BSU would like to salute civil rights leader Shirley Chisholm. Chisholm was an American politician, educator, and author. In 1968, she became the first Black woman elected to the United States Congress, representing New York's 12th congressional district for 7 terms, from 1969 to 1983. In the 1972 United States presidential election, she became the first African American candidate for a major party's nomination for the President of the United States, as well as the first woman to run for the Democratic Party's presidential nomination.
To celebrate the life of Shirley Chisholm, on January 20th, 2021, Kamala Harris, the first Black woman to become vice president, wore a purple dress in Shirley Chisholm's honor during her inauguration. And in 2015, Chisholm was posthumously awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Before we go, we would like to remind you to join STEM TV to help us create new episodes of STEM TV Quarantine Edition. STEM TV has a wide variety of activities you can participate in, including anchoring, hosting segments, and editing videos or thumbnails, or helping live stream school-wide events. If any of these sound interesting to you, please make sure to check the description for more details on how to join.
That's all we have for you today, Downingtown STEM Academy. Stay safe and stay healthy. We'll see you again next week with another episode of STEM TV Quarantine Edition.